Glintstone sorcery is one of rare Lucaria Academy's specialties, but what precisely is this enigmatic and potent mineral? You very surely will encounter Glintstone, a dazzling, typically blue stone with magical capabilities, if you decide to dabble in magic in Elden Ring. To avoid it, you would have to make special efforts. But what exactly is Glintstone, and how does it relate to the spells you can use in the game? Although we don't fully understand the mineral, we can make some educated conclusions after looking into it a little more. It's clear that the mineral is more complex than just being a magical rock. What is Glintstone? The lands between, particularly in the vicinity of Liurnia, contain the mystical and priceless material known as Glintstone. Glintstone may be found in every staff in the game since sorcerers use it as a channel for casting their spells. It appears that the material has a negative impact on the environment because glintstone fireflies' tails have turned into sparkling glintstone, making them useless for mating. There are numerous kinds of glintstone that have varied effects on channeled sorceries. For instance, the Gelmir glintstone staff appears to have lava-enhancing abilities that come from the unique red glintstone it employs, rather than the common blue glintstone seen in most other staves. The strength of the glintstone can be transferred to objects other than staves. Students in the Rhea Lucaria Academy receive glintstone crowns, which are the enormous stone heads you see them wearing and can also find by slaying crystalline crabs. Additionally, some glintstone shards can be used to imbue weapons with sorcery by altering their characteristics by engraving magical ciphers on them. Do you remember what I told you once? Sorcery is the study of the stars and the life they support, and that glintstone is the cosmic amber. Said by sorceress Selene. Glintstone might be more complex than first appears. It was rumored that the ancient glintstone sorcerer Lusat, who previously served as a Grand Master of Rhea Lucaria, has great magical power and understanding of wisdom that goes beyond the basic stone. What this wisdom might be is still unknown. Glintstone and its abilities may have been a gift from an outer god. If so, they were probably derived from the stars, which might also be considered to be outer gods in their own right, much like the moon is. Alternatively, just like the Elden Beast, the stars might simply be servants of the outer gods. As part of Sorceress Selene's side quest, Lusat, or the Husk of Lusat, can be found at the Celia Hideaway. When you engage with them, you will acquire the sorcery known as the Stars of Ruin. Azur, a different Grand Master, may be found close to Volcano Manor. You will receive the Comet Azur sorcery from them. The occurrence of aberrant sorceries is the foundation of an alternative explanation for the formation of glintstone. These were made from red glintstone rather than the customary blue, and they were employed by sorcerers who the Rhea Lucaria Academy actively resisted. They were all blood-related, faith-based sorceries that caused bleeding buildup and were only uncovered by people who had injured themselves by gouging out their own eyes. This aligns with Selene's quotation above and may point to the true origin of glintstone as the dried blood of a star. What are glintstone sorceries? The Rhea Lucaria Academy's glintstone sorcerers use glintstone staves to channel their glintstone sorceries, which are spells. Astrologers utilized them throughout the years before Elden Ring, but once the institution was established, its pupils started using the method most frequently. After indication that glintstone and the sorceries it facilitates are connected to the stars in the association between astrologers and the material, the star's true nature is still unknown, but it is believed that they are either outer gods or their servants. This is demonstrated by the fact that the full moon sorceries in the game are based on the power of the moon, an outer god who granted Renala the ability to rule as queen. Faux sorceries are things that resemble spells but don't need to be learned and practiced the way conventional sorceries do. The freezing pot is an example you can find in the game. It can only be made using rhymed crystal buds and not with true glintstone. However, some of these fake sorceries do employ glintstone. For instance, the cuckoo glintstone utilized by the Knights of the Cuckoo are actually shattered fragments of glintstone that don't appear suitable for use in any other way. What are primal glintstones? Some of Rhea Lucaria's sorcerers were not satisfied with dying, and they looked for a way to live longer. Consequently, a technique for giving a primordial glintstone a soul was created. In order to seal their souls in that stone, they had to cut open their own hearts with a blade that had a primitive glintstone embedded in it. Their souls persisted in the glintstone where their bodies perished, and if they were transplanted into a new body, the sorcerer would rise once again to take control of the new body and prolong their useful lives. And what are glintstone dragons? Smaragd and Adula are two dragons in Elden Ring who may completely destroy you with their sorcery-enhanced breath. They were infused with Glintstone after ingesting Glintstone sorcerers for food. It is likely that they utilized enough Glintstone for their garments and staves that the mineral distorted them. And that is the story of Glintstone in Elden Ring. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.